Green building and the future of construction. Did you ever think about how the buildings of the future are being planned to meet our wants and keep the earth safe? What if the future of building could help fight climate change and make homes healthy and more energy efficient at the same time? We'll learn about the exciting world of green building and how new technologies and building methods are changing the future of construction in this film. How do these eco-friendly methods change the way we live and build? Watch this space to learn how green building is making the future better and more sustainable. Cleaner energy is a big part of a sustainable future, but it's not everything. What if modifying how we build office buildings and towers could drastically reduce energy consumption? Imagine a building with clever fumble windows and walls. Explore green building and construction's future. Does going net zero matter? Building homes and skyscrapers with hundreds of pounds of concrete, steel, and other materials pollutes and uses energy. More than that, lighting, heating and cooling, poor insulation, and integration into the surroundings affect energy use and expenses in houses and offices. They need more power and water to be comfortable, which continues endlessly. Buildings emitted 28% of energy-related CO2 in 2019. To fix it, we need to innovate housing, office, and skyscraper construction. This is where net zero and green buildings help. These structures aim to improve the environment and climate. Energy efficiency and renewable energy can cut power consumption, assist the environment, and improve quality of life for building occupants. Why worms could recycle plastic? Green building is expanding from modest homes to large workplaces and towers worldwide. For unambiguous instructions, some international certificates have been created for. The U.S. Green Building Council created LEE to assess green buildings and give owners with a framework for cost-saving, high efficiency, and health and design, construction, operations, and maintenance. 5. The UK Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Method is another prominent certification, also known as BREEAM. How about BREEAM? Who creates acronyms? Zero-energy buildings use solar panels to generate as much clean energy as they use. Although you can't always do 100%, aim for as much as possible. The facility consumes daytime power and sends any surplus to the grid to offset nighttime grid demand. To increase efficiency, reduce energy use by reducing heating, cooling, and lighting. To do that, use green roofs, energy-efficient windows with triple-pane glass and low-emissivity coating, and adequate insulation 7-8 net zero structures made of non-toxic, eco-friendly, and sustainable materials are green. They should use less water and have clean air to be more sustainable. You may have seen some easy solutions at work. A building can be more efficient by using high-efficiency LED and smart lighting, air conditioning, or fan occupancy sensors. All of these can significantly cut energy use. Engineers and architects can use 3D building energy simulation technologies for improved analysis and higher efficiency. Green Building Studio, Energy Plus, and IES Energy Modeling help engineers and architects construct sustainable green buildings. They can employ climate analysis and HVAC simulations to optimize materials and building orientation. Before construction, they may see how the building will perform year-round. Green and net zero buildings have spread internationally in the past decade. Siemens London Crystal is one of the world's greenest buildings. This eco-friendly facility hosts interesting events. It meets the highest sustainable building design criteria with Platinum LEED and outstanding BREEAM rating. The Crystal's triple-glazed windows let in 70% of natural light, and its solar panels generate 20% of its electricity. Rooftop rainwater is kept in an underground tank for building usage. 100% of toilet water comes from non-potable sources. A unique feature is the Siemens Building Management System's 3,500 data points, which can monitor water and energy consumption. Live 1617. This structure cost £30 million in 2012, yet saves a lot on electricity. 18. We save 71% more CO2 than an equal building. According to Siemens Cities Projects developer Peter Daw, we save £500,000 a year on energy. Bullitt Center in Seattle is one of the world's greenest commercial buildings. Its sturdy timber construction was left natural to avoid the toxins in modern treatments. Local timber was used. The triple-glazed curtain wall system's airtight seal and orientation minimize heat and boost daylight illumination, so the lights are off most of the year. A closed-loop geothermal system heats and cools the office, while an air-to-air heat exchanger brings in fresh air. The bullet uses rainwater from a 56,000-gallon basement cistern. For non-potable and potable uses 20, including drinking water. A mechanical engineer with the business that constructed the building's control and plumbing systems, Justin Stenkamp, said, "These measures alone help to save approximately 80% of water use over a regular office building." At Fully Charged Live in early 2020, I visited the 2017 opened Austin Central Library. The first LEDs Platinum building in Austin is a stunning library. The center atrium is beautiful and illuminates 80% of occupied spaces. Its lights fade automatically based on sunshine, saving electricity. All that is fine for new structures. But what about old ones? One Embankment Place, built for PricewaterhouseCoopers in London in the early 1990s, is a prime example of zero-energy retrofitting and one of the world's greenest buildings. It uses a tri-generation cooling, heat, and power system powered by recycled vegetable oil. It contains multiple open-plan spaces to harvest daylight, roof gardens and green walls for sustainability, and low-flush toilets to save water. One Embankment Place produces 20% of its heat and 60% of its energy on-site and emits 40% less carbon than a typical building of its size. PricewaterhouseCoopers saved £14 million on energy and emissions from 2007 to 2015. Another retrofitting example is the Powerhouse Jorbo near Bærum, Norway. These two 80s office buildings were retrofitted with effective ventilation, insulation, and daylighting. Building energy needs have been cut by over 86% and renewable energy produced on-site. Powerhouse Jorbo was awarded an outstanding classification by BREEAM NOR 25. Perhaps most impressive, the facility generates 230,000 kilowatt hours, yet uses only 100,000.26. What's the net zero adoption forecast for new and retrofitted buildings? One analysis estimates the worldwide net zero energy buildings market share at $896.6 million in 2018 and $2.1 billion by 2024-27. That's significant growth driven by policy and building owner value. It can lower utility bills, eliminate energy use, raise the building's value, and protect owners from energy price changes. People who live or work in green buildings also benefit from fresh air and a more natural environment. Water conservation, energy, and material efficiency benefit the environment. If this is so fantastic, why are green or net zero energy office buildings so rare? I worked at one in Boston for years, but they're still rare. Zero energy buildings cost more to create since the materials are more expensive and there aren't enough trained designers or constructors. High-rise buildings have numerous spaces and residents, and little roof space for solar panels, making it hard to provide all the electricity they need. 28/29/31, the UKGBC examined the design, delivery, and cost of new net zero carbon buildings. Two buckets were used in the study. Net zero offices developed through 2025 cost 6.2% more. Looking ahead, innovative procedures and standards predicted by 2030 cost 8 to 17% more. Some governments are promoting net zero or near zero energy buildings. Example, EU Energy Performance of Buildings Directive. From December 31, 2020, all new development must be almost net zero. Renting or selling a building requires energy performance certificates, which promote smart technology like building automation and control systems. Other initiatives include the Net Zero Carbon Buildings Commitment from the World Green Building Council, a coalition of 70 green building councils worldwide. By 2030, organizations, businesses, cities, governments, and regions must generate zero carbon assets under their control. Nearly 6,000 assets are covered by 94 firms and organizations, 28 cities, and 6 states/regions. The effort shares knowledge and lessons learned to remove net zero implementation barriers and inspire others. They also want to decarbonize every structure by 2050. Along with green regulations, fresh technologies and techniques are being studied to lower net zero building costs and increase efficiency, such as fungus. So, you say fungus? What about plant-based walls? This is still experimental, but it employs mycelium, a fungal spore, to fill a shape with an agricultural product and create a solid brick or plate. It takes little energy and no harmful chemicals to manufacture this composite. The biodegradable substance could be utilized as insulation between non-biodegradable materials to prevent breakage. The Living Studio in New York and Ecovative Design created a project using this material. The 12-meter hi-fi project tower was formed of 10,000 mushroom mycelium and shredded corn stalk bricks. After 3 months, the construction was removed and the bricks composted to use their biodegradability. 35 NASA is investigating utilizing mycelium to build dwellings on the Moon and Mars. 36. It insulates, grows, and repairs itself, and has higher bend strength than reinforced concrete. Why not us if Martians like it? Electrochromic glass is a novel solar radiation and heat technology. I discussed nanotechnology, which produces small electrical signals to slightly charge the windows to modify their radiation output. This device might control building heat, saving money on HVAC bills, especially in summer. Smart windows usually start bluish and turn transparent after a few minutes. When charged 38, some firms manufacture and improve this technology. View Incorporated, an American smart window firm, installed 56,200 of smart glass for Netflix's Los Gatos office, using a predictive, automated system that can be adjusted and managed by app. A comprehensive perspective of the building, like the sun's arc or impediments, is used to dynamically change window tint. As you can see, there are many ways to improve building construction and energy use to maintain buildings comfortable. Many office and skyscraper owners cannot afford the costs, but new materials, technology, design advancements, and government incentives can help grow this industry worldwide. High-rise buildings and office parks with green roofs and zero energy could appear in more cities in the next decades, like the largest LEED Platinum building, Apple Park. Don't miss out on more insights into sustainable construction and the latest green building innovations. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our expert tips, in-depth explorations, and exciting content. Join our community and be part of the movement towards a greener future. Subscribe now